So today what I'm going to talk to you about is a comparison of the various tablets that we have in stock. And I'm going to compare those new M-Door tablets that we talked about with the overview videos a little bit. I'm going to compare them to the Panasonic ToughPad FZG1 and this Dell ruggedized 7212. Now, the first thing that you notice whenever you compare these four tablets, and I got the M-Door W12U and the M-Door W16U. So I have the two tablets that they've sent us for testing, and I'm going to just tell you a little bit about what I noticed in the beginning. First off, these units, the M-Door units, are about the same size as your ToughPad FZG1. However, they are smaller than the Dell 7212. They're also much lighter. You know, I've told you guys this before in comparison of this tablet and how heavy it is. It is a well-built tablet, but it is rather heavy. I think that has to do with the fact that it'll hold two batteries. The smaller unit, the FZG1, you get a much lighter, but you have a smaller screen. Whereas in the M-Door, you'll note when I put them together, they're approximately the same size. And whenever I look at them, they're about the same weight. So weight-wise, these two tablets, these M-Door tablets, seem to be right in class with the ToughPad weight-wise. Now let's talk a little bit about ports. And we've talked about how the ToughPad sometimes lacks the necessary ports. So the M-Door actually has a lot of different ports that come standard. They have the NIC port that you expect, the serial port, the 9-pin RS-232 legacy port. That's important. That's an important port for the legacy equipment that some folks have. Of course, it has a power port right here, and then we have our USB port right here, USB and USB-C. And then over here we have our HDMI video out port right here. And we have a rear camera, a front camera, as well as control buttons so that you can increase the volume of the audio or turn the unit on or off, that sort of thing right here. Adjust the brightness. You can use it for a variety of things. That's on the W16U. On the W12U, it's a slightly sleeker tablet than the other model, and it comes with a number of ports, but not quite the same configuration. Let me open this. So we have our SIM card slots. We have a USB port and a USB-C on this side, and here's your power port right here. And then that's the extent of ports on this W12U. I like this other one a little better only because it comes with all the necessary ports that you come to expect on a computer, and it has the legacy DB9, which I do like. Now let's talk about the ToughPad. If you've watched my videos in the past, ToughPad is upgradable. You can have a USB port, a NIC port, a barcode scanner, but you can't have them all at the same time. There's only one upgrade port on that. And of course you have your HDMI out, so you can hook up external monitors, as well as one USB port over here. But guess what? That's the extent of your ports on the ToughPad. Now if we take a look at the Dell, of course the Dell, I should mention on the ToughPad, they also have your control buttons as well to control the brightness. You have a couple of programmer buttons, that sort of thing. If you're really interested in this tablet, I've got a couple of different videos that go over all the features. I'll leave those links down in the description for you. This Dell, on the other hand, has very few ports. Here they are. I had to find them. You've got your power port here. You have a USB-C port. You have your USB port and audio port with a SIM slot right here. There's the power button, and that is the extent of this tablet port. Now, the one thing about this tablet is it has 2 batteries, the ability to put dual batteries in it. So you do get a longer battery life with this unit. Whereas these other units, you don't have that ability. With the ToughPad, you do have the ability to put a extended battery, which would bump this out a little bit to make it a little thicker. It'll also make it a slightly bit heavier. So port-wise and size-wise, that's the comparison on these units. Going a little deeper, they all have your docking port so that you can pop it into a desktop port replicator or even a car dock if you're mounting these in the car. The Dell has it, your ToughPad has it, of course. The screen sizes are about the same size as your FZG1, which seems to be quite adequate to do what needs to be done. I will say the ToughPad has a slightly better daylight readable screen on it. The Dell has the best daylight readable screen. The M-Doors over here are not as daylight readable, although they are a lower nit rating, still have some daylight readability. That's basically what I got for you today on this comparison. Later on in future videos, I'm going to dive deeper into these tablets, and we're actually going to do some testing on them to see if they hold up to the rugged standards that's put forth in ruggedized tablets. Until next time, I'll see you guys. Please hit that subscribe button and that bell button so we can notify you of our newest videos coming out.